Then people say, oh, I have it in my blood. No, I didn't have aviation in my blood, but I still reached and managed to be at a good level in my career. So.
Not only is she the youngest commander to ever fly a Boeing 777, she's also a lawyer, she's a dancer, she's a model.
I also want to do a lot of things, and I want to become teacher, I want to become scientist, I want modeling, I want to dance, and I want to become pilot. So I want to do all of it.
Hi Asian Culture Vultures, how are you doing? It's great to have you. It's Silas Ram. We're going to be talking about Wonder Women, a new documentary film about 6 women pioneers in their field. One of them is Anny Diyva from India. She flies 777s for a living, and she's also a social media star. Let's go and meet her and filmmaker Christina Rose. Anny, welcome. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm very good.
Good stuff. What is it about your story? What do you tell people when they ask you, or can I ask you, who is Anny Diyva?
Anny Diyva is somebody who comes from a very simple background, who has no aviation background at all,
Right.
To become young women to command Boeing 777 in the world. What took me is all about understanding that I don't know anything, but it's okay, but then I'm open to learning, and all I have to do is keep learning. At every stage, in many stages of my life, I didn't know a lot of it, but I was always towards learning, so anything I don't know, like, okay, I don't know, but I can learn.
Right, excellent. That's a fantastic attitude to have, I think. So when you were growing up, did you always want to be a pilot? Was that a dream and an ambition you harbored from a very young age?
So like all children, I also want to do a lot of things, and I want to become teacher, I want to become scientist, I want modeling, I want to dance, and I want to become pilot. So I want to do all of it, like young stage. But pilot has been on the top of the list from like the very beginning. That would be like my dream.
Okay. So when you were coming through flying school and everything, what was when you said you wanted to be a pilot, did people, especially men, did they double take?
I started when I was 17. So that time, not only men, but men and women, because they know about piloting course that much those days. All the people around me were becoming only doctors and engineers.
Yeah.
So when I like, what is this, and where are you going, and why are you putting in so much money into a course you don't know about? Totally into an unknown space. So there was a lot of reluctance from the relatives and a lot of other people, and they told scary stories and all. But when you dream about something, you still want to explore it, even if it's unknown. And for that age, it's more of my parents' decision. They stood strong against all of it, and they have supported me.
Sure. You do a lot on social media. I've seen your kind of TikTok and your reels on Instagram. How do you? Some people find it very difficult to connect the idea of being a pilot and a very serious, responsible job. You're you're flying a 777, sometimes between India and the US, and then you're making TikTok videos and dancing and looking like looking like a teenager. So, what do you tell people when they bring that up?
Teenager, and I flew a jet in my teenage. Why cannot I be flying jets and still be a teenager? What stops me from that? Okay, we have all the personalities, and I was flying jet in my teenage. So when I'm flying jets, how can I not be living myself?
Yeah, right.
I think your jobs, it's required to be serious in your job, but that does not make you the same person in your real life. You still get to have fun and be what you are with your friends, and do not lose yourself of that part. The balancing is so important in all aspects of life.
Oh, so you like having fun, you like dancing, you like kind of letting your hair down a bit, that kind of thing, and that helps you, I suppose, with the stress of the job.
So at the job, it's completely different. It's none of that. It's pretty serious job, and it's all about judgment. You have to be very focused. And, a lot of responsibility on you. So, it's also rated as always like most stressful jobs in the world, one of the most stressful jobs in the world.
Well, what would you like people watching your segment to come away with?
That every woman has firstly right to do what they want to do, and they will do very well in life. It's about being focused and working hard towards whatever you want to do in life, and you will. And I think all Christina's women, Wonder Woman, has done beautifully done that in their lives, including Christina herself while making it. The effort she has put in to do this documentary, I'm telling you, I don't know how much people will inspire from me, but I'm definitely inspired from Christina a lot.
So Wonder Woman is a 6-part documentary series about women in leadership positions in underrepresented industries. When we started this, we said, okay, we have to define underrepresented. And so we said, let's focus on industries and career fields that have a representation of women of 15% or less, so 15%. So we looked at the facts and we looked at some of the industries. And so that's why we're featuring a woman from the Alaska fishing industry out of Alaska, because the representation there is around 12%. We're featuring a first astronaut potentially from Germany. Germany has never had a female astronaut at all. We have a Hungarian race car driver, the first female Puerto Rican baseball player to ever play in a men's league, a musical conductor originally from Shanghai, but then grew up in New Zealand, and a female pilot from India, which is really special. And I'd have to mention a little bit more about the facts.
No, that's why we're talking, really, because we're very interested in Anny Diyva. Is that
Anny Diyva, she's absolutely amazing. And it's really been a dream come true for me to be able to feature her. And the reason why I say that is because the global representation of female pilots, of commercial airline pilots, it fluctuates between 5 and 6%. So it's very, very low.
Yeah.
But the representation in India is 14%.
Wow.
When we were researching all of these facts, I'm just like why? I wanted to know why in India the representation is so high.
Right.
And so in this documentary series, and in particular in the episode about Anny Diyva, we answer that question. But I also have to say, and just highlight Anny, she's amazing. I mean, not only is she the youngest commander to ever fly a Boeing 777, but it doesn't stop there. She's also a lawyer. She's a dancer. She's a model. She is helping her parents start a business or has started a business. So just getting to know her and meet her and hear about her experience, hear about the challenges she's had, hear about the hardships, and seeing her live her dream, but also be such an inspiration for a lot of other men and women is just fascinating.
Fantastic. So how did you come upon her story? Was there a personal connection or?
No, honestly, so I really wanted to find the pilot from India. And so I just happened to come across, I must have Googled her and I must have come across an article about her.
Okay.
I didn't know if I would lead to anything, but on Instagram, I just introduced myself. I texted her and I said, I'm really interested in this. Here's our project. I gave her the information. And sure enough, in Annie's style, she's very direct. She just sent me her number and said, let's talk. Okay. So we've been, I have to mention, it was very hard to film that episode too, because we had just finished all 5 episodes just at the beginning of when this pandemic really went global. Right. And so we couldn't finish that 6th episode. And so we had to kind of rethink, but I was determined to make this really work. And so it took us a long time to do it, because not only is India is kind of the golden standard when it comes to airport security. In order to get into airports, you have to actually have a boarding ticket. So it took some time to get the permissions. But then, as everybody knows, in April, the second big wave hit India. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is not happening. Yeah. And so we had to really think outside of the box. We ended up, I was like, Annie, let's see how we can do this. So she was still flying throughout the whole pandemic. And and since she's a commander of the 777, she does the ultra long haul flights. So the flights that she does right now are from Delhi to the United States. That can be New York, it can be Chicago, San Francisco, and even Canada. And so I said, look, I can go to the US because I'm half American, half German. Why don't we meet there? So we did. And we filmed a couple of days there because she had a layover for about 3.5 days. So we started filming with her there. But I said, Annie, we still have to somehow make it work that we can film in India, because this wouldn't be complete if I wouldn't be able to feature the sensibility and the background and the culture of India. And so sure enough, I said, Annie, just be patient with me. I'm going to come on my own and we're going to do this together. And so that's what I ended up doing. And it's not recommended because I definitely, at the end of the day, you know, I want to make sure everybody knows that collaboration is the key, and being able to work with the team is so important. Yeah. But I didn't want to lose this opportunity. And because my visa was expiring, and because I think Annie is such an amazing person, we just had to say, okay, let's still do it and let's be patient and let's try to make it work. And we did. And I'm so looking forward to showing that to the world, basically.
What was the kind of driving force behind you wanting to make this film?
Well, you know, I think a lot of other women can relate to me that we are still working in a business where women are underrepresented, and, you know, not just in a lot of the different ones, writers, directors, producers, DPs. So I think there are many women whose experience I can share with, and I've had that too. You know, I've been in situations that, you know, where I have to fight a little bit harder or prove myself a little bit more in order to be heard, or to be able to get the same equal opportunities. And, you know, I'm of the mindset that I just have to do it, and I just will continue doing it, and I will just continue pushing forward. And if I, at the same time, can help other women, then I've really, I think, have reached my dream in that sense. Right. Nobody knows who Christina Rose is, which is okay. But if I can bring other people and help other people and uplift other women, and no matter if it's just in the filmmaking industry, but also these 6 women that we're featuring, you know, Tianyi Lu, for example, she's the conductor. She has conducted at orchestras where she's been told they have never had a women conductor. Right. And she is 31 years old. You know, the fact this shouldn't happen. We're in the 21st century. There's a lot of things that I think we need to do in order to help other women. And so that's my goal. I'm in the middle of it too. I'm trying to help myself get more recognition. I'm trying to help my company, and I'm basically facing the same struggle and challenges and hardships that these other women are facing that I'm trying to uplift. Yeah. So, but the thing is, it's all about collaboration and trying to help each other.
Yeah. And it's quite ambitious in the sense that you've taken 6 very kind of global stories. I mean, they're not all in Europe or America. You know, you literally all gone around the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
And obviously that's quite a task in itself.
It is. I only regret that we weren't able to go to Africa. That's the one, I think, continent. We were trying to cover all continents, but it just didn't work out. But you're right. The whole point in all of this, and what was important, is showing too that all of these women are united in the same kind of hardships and challenges, and that if we come together, we can learn from each other. Because and to be honest, I wanted to represent women from all different, you know, races, religions, backgrounds, whatever it is, because we're in this fantastic time where it's all about international content, global content. And, you know, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we're seeing the boundaries a little bit again. But hopefully once we're out of this and once we're all, you know, we can get easier together again, we'll realize too of how much we have in common.